Good morning, everyone. Cappuccino with Christina will be back next year fully. This is my New Year's resolution. I was like, I am going to be creative. I'm going to be doing more photography. I'm also going to be doing my videos again, my funny videos. So this is kind of like the first video, but not officially the first video. I probably shouldn't be doing any videos this morning. Zero. First, I spilled coffee all over my table. Cappuccino, not coffee. Then I looked in the video, I don't dress up super fancy. I wear my regular clothes and I was like, you know what? Let's at least check the hair. Then I realized I missed half my hair. So I had this big piece back here just sticking out. And I'm like, I look like a complete insane person. Then I went in the bathroom, fixed it a little bit. I'm like, it's not really fixable because everybody knows when you have hair and you wash it and then you brush it and you miss half of it, the part that you didn't brush dries funky. So it's just like, then I look and it go back, everything fine. I somewhat get this organized somehow, and then I look in the mirror. I'm like, holy smokes! I'm wearing two different pair of earrings. And I'm like, maybe this is the sign for me not to do any videos today, not to do anything. But I'm like, I promised myself this weekend I'm going to be a little bit creative and I'm not going to stop myself and just second guess myself. I'm going to do what I want to do, without fear. But I guess my clumsiness is just fighting against me. It's like Christina's will to do something and be creative and motivated, and then the clumsiness, boom. So, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I know it is quite early in the States. In Germany, it's actually already in the afternoon, but I always say good morning because I always have my first cup of cappuccino, while I'm doing these videos usually. So good morning, and I guess good afternoon to some of the Germans. Anyway, let's continue this video. Hopefully, I keep having to pause because Lucy decides to bark. We adopted Lucy think like 8 or 9 weeks now. We were on the fence at first. We're thinking, helping dogs is good, and then adding more is more work. It's more financial strain, and are we being responsible? And turns out, the two dogs we adopted, they are just the sweetest and the bestest dogs, and they fit so well into our pack. But Lucy, who previously lived in a home where she wasn't really treated nice, has learned to use her voice. So, when a dog is, had a normal life, you kind of can reprimand the dog in a certain way. You can talk to it a little bit more sternly, like, don't do that. No, no, stuff like that. And with my dog, I usually take two fingers and tap them on the side like this. No, no, don't do that. Very friendly, but with Lucy, I can't do that. Lucy comes from an abused home. The people didn't treat her well. We think they probably beat her and her mate. So with her, we kind of have to see what works with her to let her know, hey, this is not okay what you're doing, but not, you know, put fear in her and make her insecure. So for the most part, we kind of let her explore her voice right now. And when she barks, we kind of tell her, no, no, sweetheart, it's okay. You don't have to bark. But this dog didn't bark one single bit for maybe the first 4 weeks. So quiet, didn't make any noises. Most dogs make some kind of noises when they play. They make a little bit of, playfully growl noises and bark noises. Like this one here, she's Sounds a little bit like a little engine when she gets upset. That's what you sound like. Yes, I know. That's what you sound like when you get mad. But with Lucy, it's quiet, quiet. So right now she has figured out I'm allowed to make noise. I'm allowed to say my opinion. I'm allowed to let people know there's things happening. So she barks a lot. She's like our number one barker right now. But of course, it will take some time and then we'll train her some more. And you don't want to overwhelm a dog that comes from an abusive situation. She has to adjust, and we have to adjust to see, what actually works with her. But some dogs, they need a little bit of a softer parenting, softer sweet parenting. Not everybody's like Louis, who looks at you and be like, what do you want from me? I'm the boss. Some dogs are very, very tender and very sweet, and their self esteem has been broken, so they are a little bit different. Anyway, let's continue this video before I get distracted again and go on a dog tangent. But I always go on dog tangents, of course, because dogs are pretty much the center of my life, in this time period. Once upon a time, I went on children tangents, and my child did this in school. My child said this. My child did this, that, and there was that's what my life was like. But children are grown; they no longer, require my parenting. Um, Sometimes I want to parent them, but I always pull myself back and say no. It's okay. If you want to walk through the city with, pouring rain, if you want to wear just a sweater, go ahead, enjoy the cold that comes afterwards. If you want to walk around snow with Converse, go ahead, enjoy. The socks will be wet. I won't be cleaning them because you no longer live with me. That's my thought process right now. I love you, Kitana, but for some reason, Kitana has like an allergy against winter and rain gear. Uh, I guess it's maybe too much for her. If she goes to work and she has to hold the umbrella and she has to wear a heavy coat and a hat and stuff like that, I guess she's just, she wants to be on the go. She wants to leave her apartment with as little as possible and then go to work and do her job and go back home. Meanwhile, I am, when I'm going anywhere, I look like I'm, going on a hike in the Himalaya mountains in the Alps. I'm going on a hike in the Alps. Can't pronounce the other mountains, so I'm going to use the Alps now. Yeah, big backpack. I always got an umbrella with me, hat, gloves. I'm 42 years old. I get cold. There's no way around it. I get cold. Maybe 20 years ago, I would be like, oh, I don't need a jacket. It's only -2. I don't need a jacket. It's 4 degrees maybe Celsius. I need a jacket. I need a hat. I need gloves. I need a scarf. I need a t-shirt. I need an undershirt. I need another shirt on top of it. I get cold, and I don't care if I look like I'm going on a trek. I don't care if I'm looking like, I'm hiking for days, and I'm planning on, running away from home with my big backpack and my umbrellas and my all this other stuff. I don't care. I want to be warm, and it's my priority in life, right? It's my priority. Everybody has priorities, and my priority is be comfortable and be warm, because I'm 42 years old. I don't care anymore about looks. I'm doing my videos. I have no makeup. Rarely ever do I wear makeup. Who cares? Welcome to my wrinkles. Welcome to my old ass face. Sorry, it's a bad word. My old. Is there another word? My old my old lady face. Welcome to my old lady face. See, even I slip sometimes and say bad words, even though I try not to. And there she goes again. I spent, 5 minutes of this video holding the dog, and I'm forgetting to sip my cappuccino, which is, you know, the basis of my video, Cappuccino with Christina. Christina tells you funny stories while she drinks her morning cappu. And I'm like, I'm holding this dog here, and I'm completely forgetting. Are you cold, Ma? Are you cold? Are you cold? Probably. She usually wants to sit in my shirt to stay warm. She doesn't have a lot of fur, and I do put sweaters on her, but if she's at home and she wears sweaters, Louis tends to try to take them off, and he just bites onto her sweater, and then he just kind of pulls it all over the place, and that can be quite dangerous. Anyway, let's talk about this past year. My Facebook was not very happy. I didn't have a positive, happy Facebook. I had a Facebook that was quite whiny. It's a wine fest. And not a wine fest where you go visit and you taste wine, taste test fancy wines from Paris and from, Italy, stuff like that. No, it was a wine fest, like I have to have a little tiny violin and play it. That's the type of wine fest that has been going on my page. And of course, justified to me, but I'm sure there's some people out there that like, shut up, Christina, shut up. We're sick and tired of listening to your problems with your child. We get it. She abandoned you. We get it. Get back to your life. Do what you need to do to get out of this funk. Pretty much just what people are probably thinking. And I was thinking the same thing as well, parts of me. But this is something that just I probably will never get over, but I'm working through it. Um, about 2 weeks ago, I went to my first therapy appointment in person to work through this issue that this has been in my life these past 2 years, kind of like a very, very bad cloud. The first appointment always has to be in person in that with that company. It's a company. They offer online therapy, but via video chat or via calls and stuff like that. And always the first uh, appointment has to be in person because they need to make sure you understand what therapy is about, if you're willing to put in the work, and they want to make sure you're not completely off the rocker, you're seeing things, you're hearing noises and stuff like that, or they want to help people with slight depressions, with working through some trauma. They don't want to work with people that have severe psychological issues, people that may have to be admitted somewhere. So we did our talk, and the lady did a preliminary diagnosis of adjustment disorder. I had no idea what adjustment disorder was, but it's basically like a, yeah, a light version of PTSD that often happens after a very traumatic event, when things happen in your life suddenly, which makes sense. It can happen when you lose a partner. It can happen when you lose a child, a family member. Um, that it kind of puts you into a state of disbelief and depression. Kind of puts you in a state of sadness, and you don't function well in certain aspects of your life. And I'm like, yeah, it sounds about right. Maybe I'll put the adjustment order, the flyer, yeah, some here, put it like right here. I downloaded the flyer to kind of learn about it, and if it even fits. Of course, they mainly do a English preliminary diagnosis, because psychologists usually don't diagnose the first day, yeah, when they see you. And I won't be seeing that lady anymore. I will have my own personal therapist that works with me through the next year probably. And I'm sure maybe the yeah, diagnosis will change a little bit. Maybe she'll be like, after a couple months, she'll be like, yep, that is 100%, I agree with the diagnosis. Let's say that it is what it is. But I am working through this, so next year I won't be quite as. I have decided to pick up Miss Bark's pants. Why are you such a Barker pants today? Why are you such a Barker pants today? We love you. And I know you want to talk and you want to show us that you're protecting the house and you're hearing people doing things, and Gary's moving around the house, and maybe Samantha's awake, and you're like, I don't know what's going on. There's somebody out there doing something and I have to warn you. But you don't have to warn me, Mama. You don't have to do any warning to me. You can just sit here and enjoy your life, you know, take a nap. When I'm done here, I'll get you some dry food so you can have some snacks. Oh, she's so verbal. She's so verbal. Why are you so verbal? It's like for the last, 6 years of your life, you're almost six, you were not allowed to make any noises. And now you're like, oh my gosh, I have a voice. I discovered my bark. I discovered my bark. I know. Anyway, um that was one of the prime problems this year on my Facebook, that it seemed so negative and it seemed so blah and so whiny, and I'm like, one of these days I have gonna have a bunch of people just unfriending me, and a bunch of people are going to block me because they're sick and tired. And then when I see them in the street, they will change the side of the street, or they will just be like this while they're walking through town. I didn't see you, Christina. So far it has not happened, and I had really great friends, and I had really great family members who supported me and helped me and lent me an ear. But by now I'm sure some of the people are just like, my ear's full. I'm sick and tired of hearing about your child. I'm sick and tired of hearing about a heartache. Give me some things that are positive in nature. And I'm like, there's a lot of things that were very positive this year, but also a lot of things that were very negative. And it's a mixed emotions. From one side, where we rescued dogs, we adopted some dogs. I uh, got, I adopted my unicorn dog. I always wanted a Pomeranian. Finally, after many many years, I got my unicorn dog, and I guess we rescued three dogs altogether. And like we are doing great things in life. And I'm my book library is getting bigger. I purchased a lot of different books from flea markets. I brought a book back from England, from a used bookstore, and that makes me happy. Getting books. I love books. And Gary and I have a very good foundation. Our relationship, we get along much better than maybe 5 years ago. All the events from the last 2 years kind of like pulled us together even closer, and we rely on each other a little bit more. Where before we were like, oh, with certain aspects of our life, we're like, oh, I'm deal with this on my own. And I always been a person that's like, I want to deal with things on my own, even if I'm angry and mad. I don't want, I don't really want to hug and stuff like that. And now I'm actually hard to believe. I'm feeling sad. I hug Gary and he comforts me, and I'm allowing this to happen. And I'm like, what's happening with me? I'm emotionally maturing and relying on my husband and allowing him to comfort me, which I allowed him before, but not as much because I always have this feeling if if he hugs me, I will fall apart completely and then I'll be crying for the next 5 hours. And I don't want that. I want to remain strong. And when he comes towards me, and I love him so very much, and he makes me emotional, he makes my heart open, and he helps me, feel things more. Then I'm like, I don't want to feel things right now. I just want to sit here and be sad and angry for a moment. But I am working on a lot of things, and next year I will be starting to do some more fun videos. Maybe you'll be in these videos too. Would it be fun? No, she's completely quiet, makes no noises. But new videos next year, a lot of different videos. I've been thinking about doing all kinds of subjects, maybe talking about, things I read in the news, talk about um, certain aspects of relationships, reading Reddit posts, maybe reading other posts and sharing my thought, doing some comedy videos, maybe. Um, make 2024 a fun year. Make 2024 great again. I know many of you guys know the slogan. It's a slogan from a very famous politician. I'm not saying anything negative or positive. I'm just saying it's a good slogan, right? Make 2024 great again. As you can tell, Lucy did not believe in that slogan. I don't think she's a Republican. I think maybe she's more for the Green Party. Seems to be more her thing. But Louis, are you a Republican or are you a Democrat? You're a very handsome boy. I'm thinking you're more like I'm royal. I run this house. We don't need political parties. I'm royal. I'm the king of the house, and you love me, and that's it, right? He's such a pain in the neck. I know. I feel the same way. I agree with you 100%. We need to get out there and we need to have an investigation of why everybody's barking right now. I know he's so funny because he rarely ever barks or growls, and when he does, it's just like, he sounds like a bear. Check this out. Mommy's having some couples. You can't have those. You're allowed to smell. That's all you can do. Smell. Anyway, I hope to see you guys all next year. I hope you enjoyed my little video. It is almost Christmas time. I can't believe it. I'm crying because of Christmas. Christmas will be very bittersweet this year, but you got to do what you got to do in life. Even if hard times hit you, you just have to put on your big girl panties and go on. And I will try very hard to keep going and going and going. You good boy? Yes, of course. How can I give up when I have somebody love me so very much? All of them love me very much. So enjoy. The last picture will be my wonderful cup. Santa's coming to town. He is coming to town very, very soon.